So I'm bearish. I have a $150 price target, but I am not recommending people short this stock.
Hey, I'm Steven and this is Solving the Money Problem. If you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. Once again, we are talking about Tesla stock. We have one of my favorite Tesla bears, Craig Irwin, discussing the company's stock price, the valuation, and plenty more. Craig is a really interesting bear. It seems every time he speaks about Tesla to the media, it's like they're great, they're winning, they're doing awesome, they're executing better, blah, 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 bullish, 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 bullish. Oh wait, I'm a bear, aren't I? But the stock's overvalued, so... And the competition is coming. Apart from a few differences in opinion around the market cap, Tesla stock valuation, etc., Craig and I do tend to agree on quite a few things apart from the idea that there's any fucking competition coming, mate. Come on, what a joke. Anyway, let's get into the video. But first, hey guys, if you're in the US and you'd like to help out the channel and get a free stock, check out the link in the description to WeBull. If you open a new account and fund it with $100, you'll get a free stock valued up to $1,600. And if you're in Australia, the UK or New Zealand, you can get a free stock with stake, also using the link in the description. Let's get back to it. Oh, and by the way, in my last video, quite a few of you were adamant I was high AF. For once, I actually wasn't. However... That was then. This is now. Let's get into it.
You have this neutral rating on it back in July. The stock has moved around so much, I can't even tell. Plus with the split, like kind of where that puts you. But based on what Tesla is actually doing, looking at where the stock is now, what do you do?
So I'm bearish. I have a $150 price target, but I am not recommending people short this stock.
Full credit here to Craig. Despite the fact that he's mentioned his price target of $150, which is less than half what Tesla stock is currently trading at, he's immediately followed that up with the caveat, despite the fact that I have a low price target, I do not recommend shorting the stock. This is a noble thing to do. There's many bears out in the media here who are so bent on sharing their bearish thesis on Tesla, they forget to mention the fact that every single person who has tried to short Tesla stock so far today has now got a gold medal at the fuckwit Olympics. Let's continue.
Elon Musk has far too many levers to pull. There's a lot of good things going on at Tesla. We're going to have the mini car coming out. They'll be going into India. These are things that I think he's likely to announce towards the end of the year, maybe early next year.
So a couple of things. First of all, completely agree. There's many levers that Tesla can pull. Many. I mean, dozens of them. I've talked about Tesla's money printers being able to print billions of dollars essentially out of thin air. There's lots of positive announcements to come. I'm not going to bore you with, you guys have heard them all if you've been watching the channel. And if not, welcome. Hi. Nice to see you here. What took you so long? The point is there's a lot of positive catalysts in the future of Tesla. It's still such a young company in terms of what they're going to do and announce in the future. And the second thing there, Craig is really fixated on Tesla India. This is the third time that I've heard him mention this on recent media appearances. I'm kind of getting the impression that he has some inside information, or at least believes he has a reliable source inside that has said Tesla is looking to move to India next. They're going to build a factory. This announcement will be the next big announcement coming. He keeps mentioning it with extreme confidence as if he knows it's going to happen. Not like it might be a rumor. It could potentially eventuate at some point in the future. He seems really confident. That's why he keeps repeating it. I don't have any information about Tesla India. I've said previously. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. At least not a vehicle factory there. Not yet. Not the right time for the market unless like a cyber rickshaw type vehicle maybe is coming out of left field. I don't expect that. I really think the next announcement for another factory will be in China.
Battery day, the cheerleaders are going to be out in force with their million-mile battery or whatever they want to call it. Reality is I don't think they have anything that the rest of the battery industry really doesn't already have.
All right, I can't let this one slide. Let's address this. So at the moment, Tesla does buy their battery cells from other companies who make battery cells, and theoretically any other company could buy the same battery cells. So there is truth in what he's saying. However, as I've said previously in other videos, it's not the battery cell technology advantage that matters. However, that is important if Tesla in the future announces that they might be producing their own battery cells. Battery day, anyone? That will be really important. However, what's even more important, or equally important at this stage until Tesla is making their own batteries and producing better battery tech than anyone else out there, is what you do with those cells once you have them. They need to be assembled into packs. That pack needs to be integrated into the vehicle. It needs to be thermally managed. You need to run everything inside the vehicle off that. The less energy that all of those components use, the better. The more efficient your autopilot computer is, the better. The more efficient your drivetrain is, the better. better. You get where this is going, right? There's a lot more to battery technology and a battery advantage than the cells themselves. There is way more to it. The less your pack weighs, the lighter you can actually put together a pack, the more range you will have because there's less mass to move around. There's so much going into this stuff. Either Craig doesn't understand this or it just doesn't suit his thesis, his story, his bearish perspective to mention this fact. But there is a grain of truth in what he's saying, but I just wanted to clear this up. However, like I said, battery day. What are the odds Tesla announces they're going to be making their own battery cells? I'm going to say about 99.999999% chance that they will announce that they are in fact going to be making their own battery cells as of now.
But there's a lot of people that are big believers, want to believe. So I would say stay out of the way.
And once again, props to Craig for actually pointing out that despite the fact that he believes the stock price is ridiculous, it's overvalued, etc., that he does recommend staying the hell out of the way of Tesla stock.
It is egregiously overvalued. You know, it's almost being valued not for autonomous, but for teleportation.
Well played, Craig. That was kind of funny. I mean, the point there I think that Craig is making is that this would just be such an incredibly, ridiculously revolutionary thing. The valuation people are assigning it's got to be worth quadrillions and even more than that. What's after quadrillions? Is it quintillions? Anyway, the point is, that's actually the point. Autonomous vehicles are such a revolutionary leap forward in utility. Just think about the amount of dead time that will now be liberated for productivity, recreation, entertainment, rest. Who knows what else people will be able to get up to with that time. It changes everything. It is as much of a quantum leap as teleportation. I know we're not quite there yet. Star Trek will have to wait for the future. But autonomous vehicles are this big a deal. If anyone's unsure about the size of the autonomous vehicle market, jump on Google, have a look at ARK Invest research on autonomous vehicles, the opportunity there. Autonomy, transport on demand, transport as a service, these kind of keywords. Learn about the potential scope of this market. I think people are totally missing the actual size of this opportunity. They haven't looked at the numbers, looked deeply, thought about the order of magnitude or more, reduction in cost, increase in utility. It's going to change everything. Very underappreciated. This is probably one of the key reasons that a lot of Wall Street analysts are missing the mark and think Tesla's valuation is insane, because they're not recognizing the potential of the autonomous market. They're just missing this opportunity. They haven't actually looked at how big this thing can be.
Right? If it can lose, $80 billion in value in one day like it did yesterday. But Musk is executing impeccably. They are the world's leader in electric vehicles, and there is a scarcity problem, but there are many good companies coming fast.
So I always like to hear what the bears are saying. Always check my thinking. I don't get butthurt. I don't get upset. I don't go cry in the corner and ask for daddy to hold me when somebody says something that causes me to change my thoughts and beliefs around something. It's okay. It's not always necessarily a fun, exciting process to realize you're wrong about something, but you've always got to be open to that. What I tend to find, however, when I'm hearing from Tesla bears is like the strongest thesis they have now is the competition is coming. How about we just wait until it gets here? Because it's been coming for a long time. If that's the best you've got as a Tesla bear, you are in trouble.
Now, Craig, how much is your neutral rating about the fact that Tesla is not operating in a vacuum? The other companies coming fast, as you just mentioned. We just had Nikola take a huge move higher on the fact that GM just bought a stake in the company. Do you think that's going to be a real competitive threat? Where does the whole landscape go from here?
So there's a pretty vibrant landscape that I think is underappreciated by a lot of the people that have been buying Tesla. There are several car companies, several SPACs coming to market at the moment. You can think of names like Lordstown and Fisker and Canoe. Nikola is one that's executing well. The management team there.
Speechless. Craig, I have news for you, mate. I have news for everybody. The only thing that Nikola has executed is the world's largest public IQ test in the stock market ever. He can't have been serious. Nikola hasn't done anything yet except talk and talk and talk and qualify for their gigantic executive bonuses in 2 years' time before pretty much any of their products are actually in volume production. Let's carry on.
Obviously has deep ties in the automotive industry with people like Gursky on its board. You're going to see a lot of really good things going on. Also in the fuel cell space, Nikola is not the only company that's doing well. Both Ballard and Plug, I think, are executing impeccably you could see similar announcements out of these other companies. I just think investors are much better off in other names than Tesla.
Interesting. I wonder, is that because of rival technology, or is there something about what GM brings to the party in terms of scale and engineering that made yesterday's announcement so special or so unique?
So, usually when there's a tier one automotive OEM that ties up with an emerging technology play, what you have is two companies with very different DNA coming together.
Oh, that reminds me. There was a hilarious comment left on the Nikola GM partnership video that I made. Two anchors don't float. That was really well said. If you guys haven't seen that video, check it out. I do recommend watching it to inform yourselves about what's going on here. This may go down as one of those cases that you'll have wished you were paying attention to before things got real. You know what I'm saying?
And picking the most positive points from both sides of the agreement. Nikola saw the benefit of that yesterday in their valuation. You could see the same kind of thing show up for other companies in the space over the next number of months. General Motors is not the only company that really wants to see some exciting participation here. I would expect some of the Europeans to be very active in conversations with potential partners. Obviously the Chinese OEMs have tied up as well. Ballard has some very interesting Chinese partners. Overall, the space, I think, is vibrant, going through a lot of evolution. And, I really have to give credit to Tesla for getting the party started.
And that is the clip in its entirety. Let's summarize. What were the key points there in terms of Craig's thesis around Tesla? They don't have a battery advantage. The competition is coming. I think the stock's grossly overvalued, but I wouldn't short it. And the rest of the interview seemed like he was just heaping praise on Tesla, their technology and their execution. Something to think about. I'm Stephen Mark Ryan. This is Solving the Money Problem, and I love you all. And don't forget your free stocks with WeBull and stake using the links below. Deposit $100 in your WeBull account and you'll get a free stock valued up to $1,600, and stake, spin the roulette wheel, you'll either get Nike, GoPro or Dropbox. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And of course, if you have any ideas for future videos, let me know. I read all your comments. P.S. If you're still watching, you're awesome. If you'd like early access, exclusive videos, regular Q&As, our private Discord server and more, consider supporting the channel at patreon.com/solvingthemoneyproblem so I can keep creating content for you guys. There's a link in the description. You can now also become a member of the channel for some exclusive perks. To learn more, click the join button next to subscribe. And don't forget to check out our merch store. Either way, the best form of support is you being here and watching, so thanks again.